The 20th century began with hope in Europe, but beneath the surface, powerful ideologies were taking root. Fascism, communism, and liberal democracy, each promised a new world, but often brought turmoil and suffering. These were not just political debates, they were battles for the soul of nations, fought in streets and homes. Charismatic leaders and shared enemies mobilized millions, demanding loyalty and sacrifice. Ideologies became new religions, punishing dissent and offering simple answers to complex crises. The cost was immense. Ideals twisted into oppression and entire societies reshaped by conviction. Nazism rose from the ashes of war, only to plunge Europe into deeper conflict. The continent was split by the Iron Curtain, dividing lives and shaping generations in a tense standoff. Yet, even under the harshest regimes, the desire for freedom endured. No wall or system proved permanent, cracks appeared, and change came from ordinary people demanding better. The story of modern Europe is not just about leaders, but about the courage of those who refused to be silenced. Their resilience shaped the course of history. After World War I, Germany was broken, humiliated, impoverished, and desperate. In this chaos, Nazism took hold, offering scapegoats and the promise of restored greatness. Hitler's regime seized control, silenced opposition, and ruled through fear and propaganda. The swastika became a symbol of terror as Germany was remade into a totalitarian state. Nazi ambitions spilled beyond borders, igniting World War II and unleashing the Holocaust. By 1945, the Third Reich was destroyed, but Europe was left in ruins, a stark warning of the dangers of unchecked power. The world would never forget the horrors born from supremacist ideology. With Nazism defeated, Europe split again, this time between East and West, communism and capitalism. Berlin, deep in Soviet territory, became the Cold War's front line. In 1961, the Berlin Wall rose overnight, dividing families and symbolizing a continent's fracture. West Berlin thrived as a beacon of democracy. East Berlin languished under surveillance and shortages. The wall was more than concrete, it was a daily reminder of a world on the brink of nuclear war. For nearly 30 years it stood as a monument to fear and failed ideology. Escape attempts and standoffs at Checkpoint Charlie captured the world's attention. The wall's existence revealed the brittleness of a system that had to imprison its own people. By the 1980s, the Soviet Empire was faltering under stagnation and repression. Gorbachev's reforms of glasnost and perestroika unleashed long-suppressed demands for freedom. In 1989, mass protests in East Germany forced open the Berlin Wall as guards stood aside and people surged through. The wall's fall was a spontaneous, peaceful revolution, an act of collective will. Its collapse triggered a domino effect, toppling communist regimes across Eastern Europe. The Soviet Union itself unraveled. Republics declared independence, and the red flag was lowered for the last time in 1991. The end of the Soviet Empire marked the close of an era defined by rigid ideology. Ordinary people, not politicians, brought down the walls that divided them. The 20th century's crucible of conviction had finally cooled, leaving lessons and scars for generations to come.